Never understood how the quarterbacks trying to negotiate as much money as they do. I'd rather give away 10 million and get an offensive line around me and save my health rather than make an extra few million. How much money do you need, you know?
Right.
Here comes everybody.
Hello, hello.
Oh, welcome, welcome.
There we go. Alright. I brought this stuff along in case.
There's like 772, 762, whatever his name, whatever his fault name
Something
is.
or another.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Like no matter what it is. Hey, good morning.
Here, you can sign in right there.
I want to go, dude. You realize what time the net is? It's 7 o'clock in the evening. Who was that?
That was Mr. Jeff.
Yeah.
When are we gonna finally get rid of these damn things?
Oh man.
So do you want us all wearing them, or is it optional, or what?
Well, we should wear them officially, right?
Not gonna make it.
Now when I'm talking, it'll come off when I'm talking.
Governor took
Still got my old call sign in there, but I can't remember my new one, so.
Governor what?
Governor took away
772.
the mandate.
Something like that.
Do I have your old one in there?
Yeah, on that list it still has the old one.
Oh, darn.
Oh man,
Oh, yeah,
Michael,
that's
let's
right.
get it straight.
That's right, I wouldn't have changed it.
Yeah.
These
And when you
vol-
figure
these
out what my call
volunteer
sign is, would you let me
organizations.
know what it is?
You found it. You found it. So I got that scanner back for that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it actually works.
What model was that again?
It's the Radio Shack.
Oh, the one that I.
It's the Radio Shack Pro 88, Pro whatever. It's the one that Whistler can take and turn it into.
Oh yeah, 1080.
Yeah.
Make it into a 1080. Yeah,
Yep.
Pro 668.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
That's a great deal they got.
it did. Yeah, it took care of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say a lot about their software.
I don't like it.
It is the most freaking confusing
Yeah.
programming software that I have. I can't really tell when it's actually reading something from the scanner versus just off the computer, or do you have to upload it? And
Well, that's why we sell like 15-to-1 unit versus Whistler.
I've wiped it accidentally a couple of times,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
but it does work because they the posse just changed to a new DMR system,
Truly getting ready.
and it works good.
Yeah.
It worked good.
Yeah.
You couldn't use the radio before that, so
Yeah, I was listening to the posse a month or two ago. I got the color code and stuff for it. So.
yeah, the Sun City posse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's their new one. Yeah, and that's a whole new animal too. So,
Yeah.
the color codes and.
Oh yeah,
what?
DMR is a whole.
Yeah, it's a whole different deal.
Oh, and then you get into the trunking, and it gets even worse, because then you've got to figure out if it's a tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got logical channel numbers, and it's. I will tell you, this looked a lot bigger on the video last time.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Nope. Looks the same to me, except I couldn't find it this time.
Well, I had never been here before, and I was on the video meeting last
I
time.
was, and I still got lost. I wouldn't even get close.
You got GPS on your phone?
I even had the address wrong, and I even live on Poinsettia.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, I got 5171 Grovers. Let me tell you what's at 5171 Grovers? Nothing.
Still doing the
Okay.
sounds?
Not this house.
Well, I got the GPS in the car. That brought me right
Over
to it.
here.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And we want to try to get everybody to have a name
Should
tag,
be by the last
and
3 numbers.
We want to sell them some tickets.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one of the challenges I'm gonna have today is because we have so many new people, I'm not gonna know who's speaking to be able to write it down, so we have to come up with something today that's going
Well,
to
we'll just have
alleviate
to
that.
identify themselves. And
Yes,
signal
when they
or-
talk,
yeah.
because I mean, all the rest of y'all that I know, I'm good with that.
Yeah, but you can't tell who we are.
You can tell who you are.
Well, I can. You can tell me by smell.
We're
But
all ready to run it then.
Yep. All right.
oops, sorry.
Gary,
Does that make sense?
you have an extra printed agenda.
Yep.
Most excellent, thank you.
Okay. So, do you have anything?
I want this thing to
Yeah.
resource.
I don't know if I
There you
have
go.
anything.
Alright.
Oh,
I am official. Yes.
Yeah, so I'll get hold of Randy on Monday and
okay.
see what availability he's got.
This week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday during work hours, my bosses are in town. So Thursday, Friday, this week is my best.
Thursday, Friday, afternoon, evening?
Afternoon or evenings.
Okay, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
Good to know. That's what I'm gonna shoot for then.
So you're talking about going over to Randy's and getting that hooked up?
Yep.
All right.
We're gonna get Lincoln working one way or another.
Yeah.
Thursday,
And if somebody
Friday.
can hound Mr. Brent for his radio.
Anytime after what?
Anytime after 1 is best, but I
Okay.
can make other things
Yeah,
work.
Randy probably won't be that early.
Friday probably all day I can make work.
After 1, okay. Friday all day. Okay, good. I'm gonna set something up. Okay.
Just make it
Yeah, we'll get that done. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's
Where's
just
our
great.
plug post at? Our plug post in
That's just great. Yeah, so we're gonna get it done.
All right.
And yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm really surprised at the interest in flag.
Mm-hmm.
There's people constantly sending me email. Hey, what's the tone? What's the tone? What's the tone? And they're from the Flagstaff area.
Yeah. Cool. So is that
So
going to be
there's-
up on?
There's definitely an interest there.
On a building or on a tower?
It's
or
on a
what?
building. He has a 2-story condo, and it's going to be on the peak of his upper story. It's pretty high, and we actually got in touch with the HOA and showed them where we want to put it, and they were completely fine with it as long as we don't put it on the roof, and because it's on the back. It's so these condos, they have small yards and they back up to each other with a sidewalk down between it, so it's in the back part of the condo. So as long as the antenna can be as high as we want to put it, as long as they can't see it from the front street. So it can actually be pretty high.
Okay.
So as long as it can be seen from the front street and it's not seen from the, it's not mounted on the roof itself, they're good to go. So
Is this for a repeater,
yeah,
club repeater?
yeah.
And then that networks into another repeater between here and Flags?
No, that's a network directly into the 550 repeater from Flag. And it should, for where it's at, it should cover all Flag. At least this side of the mountain.
Yeah. Well, I spent a lot of time downtown Flag. You know, I'm
It
up
should
there
cover
once or
downtown.
twice a month usually. So
It should cover downtown.
Hey, did you hear about those plans for Amtrak?
it'll never happen.
You don't think so?
They've talked every couple of years. They come up with these grand plans. First off, the line through Phoenix, it dead ends just west of Buckeye, and that track that's between Buckeye and the main line, which is another 60 miles or so, has been out of service for 15, 20 years.
Isn't there like a whole section that's
Yeah.
disassembled or
And it's
shambled.
gonna take millions of dollars to fix for, you know, a few dozen passengers a week. It ain't gonna
Yeah,
happen.
so just a paper plan then.
Yeah.
Hey Rich, didn't you change call signs?
I did.
Okay.
We've already been through that, yeah. It's
Well, 'cause
W something 772. That's why I got a sticker on my dashboard, 'cause I can't remember.
You're good.
Sorry about that. I'd never updated his.
Yeah, no, it's good. I just was
Okay.
confused.
Yeah.
It's on my license plate. I did get new license plates with it.
Did you sign it?
Not yet.
Did you sign it? Probably
Yeah,
not.
I sent it.
Has
Got
anybody
passed
ever
off
done
on
that?
it.
Gotten license plates with GMRS call sign? No?
What's that?
I guess I'm the only one that ever gets license plates with the GMRS call sign.
I got my hand.
I've seen a couple.
license.
You got my
Yeah.
hand.
I've seen a couple, but well, yes, I have seen.
Well, this is my third call sign, my third set of license plates. I had one in Illinois and now the two here in Arizona.
Gotta keep them guessing.
Yeah.
Keep them guessing.
And the plates are gotten so cheap now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when I got my first set of plates when I first moved here, got them at the DMV, and they were nice embossed, you know, hard steel, and then they were aluminum, and they were quite cinchy. But I got two of them when I got my last call sign one, and then when I got the new one,
What else that still needs
it's
to
a
be
flat, no embossing,
Yeah.
and
Barely something called metal.
yeah, I think they made it out of tin foil.
Yeah. Thunderbird 17. A little ways off yet.
Yeah.
Hope he's not going to Denny's.
Hey, Gary, do you think that for the person that sent in the proxy, I should like write next to their name by proxy or something so that we know that?
Oh,
Did we get any proxies?
I have two of them.
Oh, I didn't get any, so.
Straight in the
I
back
got
there.
one emailed to me. So
Jazzy.
Yeah.
Desiree, you want these?
Yeah, go ahead and get a name tag, everybody, if you can, or name tags, and right here, and also make sure you sign in.
So that means you actually have.
I got a name tag.
That means you have three then.
Yeah, I do have a name. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this one.
That means you have three then, because the one that came in the email.
No, that's it. I printed them.
Well, somebody emailed one.
I know. Both those were emailed to me.
Are you talking emailed like in the last 30 seconds or emailed hours
No.
ago?
I emailed you one? I didn't.
Someone did.
No, not me. They both emailed those to me, and then I printed them.
Joshua Hill. And it says,
I know
"Hi
Josh.
Michael, I'm working today and won't be able to make the meeting. I've named you my proxy." I'm not crazy.
Did
it's
you
right
get it?
here.
You know?
How'd you get it?
It was emailed to the secretary email, but the subject line said vice president at AZGMRS.org. So,
Oh, okay.
you
So
want
you
me to
got
forward
it?
it to you?
No, I don't care. But
Okay. Well, I mean, you're his proxy, so maybe you should have it.
but as long as you have it, I guess that's all
I
that
have
matters.
it, so
yeah.
that's 3 for you.
Okay.
It'd be nice if people told you these things, right?
All right.
Did we have any presentation?
I know who that is, but
You know.
We got all this fancy setup ready.
I know. Let's see what time.
oh man. Oh, you can't make it, but you didn't send me a proxy. Okay.
Oh yeah, did you bring that speaker in, Mike? No?
No.
Whoops.
You don't live that far from me. I'll get it to you. Hey, I just barely even found this place. I will get it to you.
Howdy, Tim.
There's Tim.
There he
There's Tim.
is.
How are you?
So, we need somebody to sell some tickets. Here's some tickets. There's the thing to put them in.
There's somebody.
There you go, and you're somebody, so.
Oh, great.
Well, that's weird, Desiree. I don't know how.
I totally will forward
Desiree's
it to
sitting
you,
there, so
but
you can
that's
sit
how
right
I don't know how I don't
I can
have
sit here?
anything from
Sure.
Joshua.
Yeah, here, I'll send it here right now.
Weird, 'cause I know who he is. I know who it is, but
Hi.
Hey, Tim.
weird.
There's an accompanying pen somewhere.
Yeah, it's on the clipboard.
Oh,
Not-
Oh, did you
There, I
have
just sent it to
the
you so
money
that you have a
pouch?
copy of it too.
Okay. You may need it.
I gotta take stuff out of it.
Is your money in it?
what happens when you have a rancher.
Hold on, I gotta get my goat food out of the pouch.
Tell you what, number of applications that have been coming in have been
Insane.
I know.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Well, where?
Literally
Okay.
every day.
There's pens in here and little SD cards. Don't lose them. I had nowhere to put all my SD cards when I moved. For all the linking.
Who hasn't signed? Who else?
You should be a little bit more organized, you know?
I really should.
Seems redundant, but I might as well.
You should have seen me back when I was.
Hey. Yeah, he says, oh,
So
yeah, I really should
thank
be
goodness
organized.
that second case
He shows up at my house
fired
with
right
the
up
stuff.
The first one
You have
was
keyboard?
a little challenge.
Nope, didn't bring keyboard.
Well, glad the second one worked.
Monitors, cables.
Power
It's all
cord?
working now, so
I
that's
did
good.
have one.
Nope, didn't
I
bring a
did
power
have
cord.
one. You didn't let me go get it.
How about a monitor? Nope, didn't bring a monitor.
Alright, are you?
It's a
is
good thing
everyone
I
done
got
with the
everything.
sign-in sheet so far?
That's where I
Wow.
can be.
Yeah.
Everybody signed? I
All
think,
my stuff is in
Chris
Jeff
didn't.
boxes. I
I
signed.
think Jeff WPTT 519 is on his way.
Yeah, he's on his way.
I just hope he wasn't going to the Denny's. It sounded like he was over on I-17 and Thunderbirds. That's
He was at 7th Street and Thunderbird, or 7th Street and,
yeah. He said I-17 and Thunderbird last
Did he?
translation.
okay.
So you're gonna be selling
How much are the tickets?
raffles to raise some money?
I don't know, we got
That's
a
their
sheet here
department. I
somewhere.
haven't.
Did you print that out? 'Cause
I
I
have no
did.
clue what's going
You
on.
didn't?
No.
You didn't print it out?
No. I made
Okay,
it up. I didn't
one
print it
ticket,
out.
$1. 3 tickets, $2. 5 tickets, $4. 25
Go get some
tickets,
cash.
$20.
Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. There you go.
I start throwing money at him. Let him try to figure it out.
What do you get for $1,000?
You win
You're
the
close
raffle.
to that.
You're a winner.
Yeah, we use this anyhow for the speaker, and then we'll just take it. That way you can spend
Okay.
it.
Hold on here, I can't keep track of what's going on. If people start throwing stuff at me.
We'll get a little pull there from him. Start throwing cash at him.
I don't
What's
know.
this for?
You want some help?
Hold the
For
money.
the money.
I'll hold the money.
You want some help?
Yes, I do.
Give me the tickets. How many for $20?
25 tickets for $20. So you're the first one to put that in.
I guess that one doesn't count.
You got to put your name on them so you can put the stubs in here.
No, you don't. They got numbers on them.
You got no- yeah.
Oh,
Split.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Just count out 5 and then fold them over.
I'm trying to see. Okay, 50. All the way up to
He likes me.
950. There we go.
And there was a $10 option.
let's see. There was
My tickets.
a $4. No, it goes 1, 2, 4, and 20.
Hey, who is that?
Me.
How many?
$20 for 25 tickets.
So it'd be 51 to
Here, you want to hold the tab?
51 to 76.
Okay,
Okay.
we don't have anything break change.
I
for that.
just want one, and I'll donate the rest.
Well, how about 5?
One's enough.
What?
Just one.
You
One?
gave me $5 though.
That's okay. I'm
Make him
gonna
take
win it with
5.
just this one.
Oh, that's
Can I
confidence.
have that one instead?
Confidence.
$1 plan.
Okay, we got a $4 plan here.
How many is that?
So that's 5 tickets for $4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need something with a little bit more perforation. There you go.
20?
That's the tickets.
Okay, so we need 25 tickets.
83 times 5. There you go.
Okay, I'll take 25 tickets myself.
Would
Find my
be
money.
31. There you go.
And I guess these go in the jar, huh?
Yeah, 1/2 goes in the jar.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, other than one says keep this coupon.
Is that part, does that need to come out of there? That, whatever's in there, that.
Oh. Whose money is this?
That's mine.
Did you get your tickets yet?
No.
Alright.
Oh,
I
how many?
have on everybody.
Gary,
25.
25.
Unless
25.
anybody's missing.
That's,
Chris
132,
has not signed in,
that's
I can sign
57.
it here, so.
25.
Another 25 here.
I have faith in that one thing that it's gonna get.
Alright.
5883.
Yeah, how many do you want?
There you go.
Well, it goes in 1, 2, 4, and 20. We don't have one for 10. We could do 2 $8 ones and give me $2 back. I think we have change in here now. Somebody give me some ones, I think.
What are we getting?
I got change if we need it.
How many?
Would it be 10? Well, $4, so it's 10 tickets. So that would be $8. So there's 2 back.
There you go.
Be 10 there. And
20.
Okay, another 25 tickets.
I think, I don't know, you still using this, right?
6 minutes till meeting
You
starts.
need to do that one too. You see mine?
we go.
Where we're going after this, so.
Thank you.
We'll get through it. I'm a little out of it today.
Put it on there.
Uh-huh.
It's nice if they would perforate these a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Hey, well, their tickets are tickets.
And then when you're able to, Tim, I got $10.
Okay, so you want 10 tickets then?
Yeah, whatever the
Yeah, but I don't want you to.
best way is.
Time out. 31, I think.
Great. But we'll just work out.
Send him that $2 down back there, please. I'll take his 10s.
And then do we got, what was it, what was the deal? 8 for 10 or what was it?
10 tickets.
$8 for 10 tickets.
And then they're $1 each or what?
$1 each.
Singles? I'll do 2 more tickets.
Oh, okay.
Did you make up your mind?
Nanny here. Yeah.
That's gonna come perfect, girl.
Let it go.
So where do you get raffle tickets from?
Staples.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
hello. He's gonna look at the bag.
Take the damn lid off.
Take a ticket.
No, no, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yep.
Okay, so everybody pass up your, keep this coupon to
money
me.
There's gonna be money in there.
I don't know how the money got in there. It belongs in the bag.
I guess I'll take it off. We broke the seal.
And Chris, did you get your other 2 tickets?
Yes.
Probably take 5 extras.
Alright.
Here's all my tickets.
Didn't think about that. I could do 2. Oh well.
Oh man.
I should have written up for one for 10, but I can change.
All right, we're just about ready to start the meeting. We're just doing raffle tickets right now for those joining us online. During the meeting, if you can all mute your mics until you have a question or whatnot. That way we don't get any feedback. And we'll get started here in just a couple minutes.
You know how many people we have on there?
Frank, Doug, and Bill are on the Google Meet for membership.
Mm-hmm.
Who is?
Frank, Doug, and Bill.
Which Frank?
If you guys can in the chat type in your call signs for us. Frank Lubinsky, Doug Packett, I can't say these names, and Bill Brannon.
Can you give me the call signs?
Working on that.
Wanna make a note in here?
Yeah.
Frank is WRCH947.
Okay.
Doug
Uh-huh.
is WRDN953.
Okay.
Bill is
Okay, so we can do 20
WQCA890.
or
Thanks,
Alright.
guys.
Thank you.
I guess for 25 you get 30 seconds. For 20 you
I'm
get
not sure.
25.
We'll try to figure it out.
25.
Thanks for helping though.
So
25 tickets?
30 tickets.
30 tickets.
Sorted by call sign.
63.
It would be helpful if it was sorted in alphabetical order, but that's just me.
Yeah, they got
They're
it
by
right the-
suffix.
Yeah, the suffix.
Okay.
I got the winning ticket taped to the
30.
bottom, so when you read it,
Yeah. Oh boy.
There you go. These are separated.
There you go.
All right, Adam, if you want to go ahead and pull up the cameras.
Okay, we all ready?
Almost. Give me just a second to find this last person here.
Well, we still have, what, 3 chairs left? 4 chairs. 4 chairs left. Oh, there's Frank.
The other Frank.
Yeah. There he is. Where's the signage?
Do you have another copy of this that's blank by any chance?
There's
That's
Frank.
blank?
Yeah, that you can like email to me?
Oh, absolutely.
That would be great because that way I can put this together. Because I'm doing like just notes that probably aren't going to make sense to me when I leave here, and I can sort that out.
We gotta get more people signed in too.
Alright.
Oh, there's some blank pages on the back.
Here we go.
PTT?
Get that to Frank.
PTT?
Hey Frank.
Have you sent in yours? Where's PTT 519?
I don't see him here yet.
No?
Oh, there
Oh,
he
yeah.
is.
There
Okay.
you are.
Hi, behind Rich.
Yeah, there you go.
Good memory.
I don't remember faces, but I remember call signs pretty much.
Oh, good luck with that.
Hey, Frank.
Hey, how you doing?
We're good.
I got the last 3 as max for me.
I'll give you this.
I get the last 3 and I'm happy.
Alright, any other raffle tickets? Anybody?
Yeah.
How about the guys online that using PayPal?
That's up.
Okay, so we ready yet?
We are ready. We are.
In numerical order of the last 3 numbers.
Oh,
So you know your last 3 numbers, you should probably be able to find
What's that?
I just
Oh yeah, good. Oh, I thought you knew that.
no.
Too late to buy raffle tickets?
No, I don't think so.
What do you got?
What do you want?
Pretty much any time until
Up till we
right?
drawing.
Yep.
Up to the drawing, yeah.
We raffle
It's
one
not
off.
considered new business, so.
Or this is just the 50-50, so.
This is the
If you
50-50.
don't find
Okay.
yourself, you can put yourself where it's like toward the end of the list.
How
there's
much you
links
take?
$100 minimum.
Roughly.
5 tickets,
What was the?
$100.
Ticket $1, 3 tickets $2, 5 tickets $4, 25 tickets. one, Diane?
Okay, Madam Secretary, are we ready?
Yes.
We're ready, okay.
$5. Tim.
Of the Arizona Theater Club Board Meeting and General Meeting. So, appreciate everybody who came down, and it's really great to see everybody here. I don't know about you, so that's basically it. So, okay, let's get started here. And we've got a 50-50 raffle going, and a little bit later on, Mike here is going to talk about another raffle we're going to have, where we're going to be raffling off a couple of radios that will be a good. So that's another that will be coming up here.
No, just take the half of it.
Okay.
I got right.
Oh.
Desiree, we got a quorum?
It won't be this, not this meeting. It'll be
No.
in the next meeting.
Yeah, it'll be in another meeting.
All the board members are here and we only needed to be here and yay!
Yeah, okay.
We're good!
Very good.
It's okay.
Makes it easy.
Okay, now our last meeting was on December 12th, 2020, so let's go ahead and see if we can get approval for that meeting. Anybody want to, there you go, second. All in favor? All opposed? Okay, motion carried. Those are always so difficult, so much discussion with those. Anyway.
I demand a reading of the entire
I know.
minutes.
I'm sorry, who were the people that
Yep.
did it?
Phonetically.
I was first. 942. 827 was second.
And I just want to mention that because we have a lot of people, we also have some people online. So if you are going to make a comment, that's fine. Just go ahead and just identify yourself, say your name, and help out our secretaries once she's keeping the minutes, and she can keep everything straight there. So hope you can do that for us. Okay, now it's time for the President's Report. And we're continuing to see an increase of GMRS licensees in Arizona. And on December 1st, as an example, 2019, there were 1,596 licensees in Arizona. And on December 1st, 2020, a year later, there was 2,785. And then as of April 1st of this month, this year, we have 3,482. So it's continuously increasing by quite a bit. And I checked this morning, there were 99,077 GMRS licensees nationwide. So I suspect that very shortly we're going to hit that milestone of 100,000 nationwide, and that will be more than I've ever seen. So it's increasing quite a bit. We are also seeing more members joining our club, and there's more. How many coming in like every week, Chris?
About 5 a week.
Yeah, at least
If
once a
that.
day,
Yeah.
at least.
Radios, have them checked out, see if they're working right, see if they actually put out the power they think they're putting out. Are they on frequency? Are they putting out a clean signal? Are they putting signal out all over the spectrum? They can be tested out that way, and you can actually check out your equipment, and all this will be for free for our members.
Would
And-
he program a duplexer? Or tune a duplexer?
I don't know. You can ask him. You can ask him. And yeah, thank you. His name is Paul Bott, and he's an electrical engineer, and he's one of those guys that have those letters after their name, so they actually know what they're talking about. So we'll be glad to have him there. And then we'll also have some other stuff that during that day, we're going to call it Member Day, and during that day we'll have some other stuff for the members as well. That's probably going to be coming up this summer sometime.
Didn't we already set that date? I thought it was like June.
Well, that's like a interim, temporary kind of a date, because I have to get the confirmation from Paul Bott that he agrees to that date first. So,
Okay, got it.
Oh, one other thing. Can I add something?
sure.
My technician said he might be interested in coming also, doing F&Ds and stuff.
Good. Well, that's great. We have even more people helping out and checking out radios. That'll be even better. So, and let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Next thing is we're looking for an activity officer. We are still looking for an activity officer. If you're interested in that position, let me know or let Mike know. And I will sign a paper and appoint you just like on the spot. So no problem with that at all. We're also looking for additional net control operators to help out with net controls on the Tuesday night 1900 nets, on the traffic nets. You know, pre-training. We'll let you know exactly what you need to do if you're not familiar with it. And that way we can have people that can kind of jump in there in case the main net control operator is not available and that kind of thing. Or maybe they just want to go on a vacation.
Have to give it a shot.
So, yep, that's it. Hopefully we'll
Okay. Did
get
you
that.
want to talk about that raffle we're going to have coming up?
Oh, yes, we can do that. So it'll probably not going to do the 50-50 next meeting. We'll probably have an equipment raffle instead of the 50-50. But we got 2 radios. One was given to us by Michael Miosi. Is that it?
No, this is mine.
It's probably the same thing, isn't it?
My Maxon.
No, this is
Oh.
the one.
So this is it's a brand new RCA GMRS handheld it's got the charger and everything, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So we got that.
And it is already pre-programmed. So
We will be raffling that off, and then I am donating a Kenwood 8360H microphone, and this thing looks like it's brand new. So
Yeah.
that's what we got. Mobile unit,
all right. So that
and
will
it
be
includes
available.
programming.
That will
And
be
Michael will
coming.
come to your house and install it in your vehicle too. No, no.
Is it the base station or mobile? Or is it with the power supply?
No, just the mobile.
Just
Yep.
the mobile, okay.
Okay, so we're going to have that coming up, and it all depends on what we can get set up. But we might even have raffle tickets available online and all sorts of stuff. It just depends what we can get set up in the future here.
That's a
so.
good idea.
What are we raffling today?
50-50 money.
Yep. Okay, so that's all you have?
Yeah, I believe that's it.
We got the Zello and all that.
Yeah, all the Zello stuff's at my house now, so.
Oh, can guests listen in on Zello now?
No, right now it's just the member one.
The top one.
So I have a friend in Michigan who's interested in listening in on our
Yeah.
our
I
Zello.
have a whole bunch of old Android phones that I'm prepared to start to link them into the Zello. It's just until we get all the other linking done, and so hopefully a couple months we'll be able to look at that.
Yeah, that'll be great. When we get Scottsdale linked up with white tanks, that'll really increase our coverage area really well, so that'll work out. Okay.
I think that's it.
All right, and the Secretaries Report.
Hang on. All
We
right.
need to give her shorthand classes.
We currently have 186 active members, 3 of which are life members, 2 are associate members. We have
It's crazy.
2 applications that are currently pending 1 more approval. 1 application is still pending 2 more approvals. 1 application in the system is a duplicate that needs to be deleted.
I think I got that.
13 show as pending funds, 1 of which is labeled non-responsive. So that's where we are with everything right now.
Okay, and that's all you had?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And I forgot to mention, I wanted to let everybody know that we really appreciate Adam allowing us to use his studio here And he's back there behind the glass somewhere. There he is. Thanks a lot, Adam. I appreciate that. See what we have next here. Treasurer's Report.
Alrighty. That would be me.
This should be
Wow.
Alright, we have money out of it. Is that interesting enough?
We're good, we're good.
interesting. We did have
The rest
money
are
until he
just
fed the
details.
goats.
Hey, he does the whole Nixon thing. Trust me, I'm not a crook.
No new taxes.
Read my lips.
Oh boy.
Alright.
So in our checking account, as of right now, we have $7,133.69. PayPal $144, and petty cash $224, not counting any raffle money. So we are looking healthy as a club right now. We're working on getting this linking done. We've spent a little bit of funds on a couple pieces of hardware. We've had donations come in for that. So we're looking good. I don't have an outlook of how many months we have of repeater payments available, but with 7,000 we're good for quite a while.
And then, yeah, just mention for everybody that is kind of new, let them know like what our monthly costs are, and maybe.
What is that, Tim? $295?
I can't remember. I just
It's around
take the check
$300.
and hand it to Randy.
We pay $292.33 for the white tanks repeater. That's per month.
And that's because of a
The BLM fees and
yeah.
all the other
Andy's
fees
giving
at
us
the
a big
mountain.
discount.
Yeah,
That's actually.
'Cause normally that'd be over
yeah.
$400.
yeah, we get heavy discount for.
Yeah.
And at that, since this is during Treasury Report, here's a check for Randy for 4 months.
I'm not looking at it.
Okay.
February, March, April, and May.
Okay.
Since I am homeless right now and trying to print things, it's kind of hard with no electricity. I am moving for anybody who hasn't figured it out by now. It's been a nightmare. Let's see. And thank you once again to Adam. He got all of our streaming stuff set up, and we are looking really good now. So thank you so much. And he's been here since early this morning trying to get everything set up for us. I think that's all I have.
Okay, very good. Appreciate it. And the communications officer report. How about that?
Okay. Michael already said about the linking, so that's the first thing on my list. And the other thing is, speaking of linking, there is a new repeater. It's not owned by the club, or the club doesn't have any privileges on it as of now. It's on Shaw Butte. It's 462/725, and the sub-audible tone is 100 hertz. It belongs to Chris Salgett, who owns the Towers, Diamond Point, and Greens Peak repeaters. This is a cooperative effort with Matt Penny, WRAP 405, who wanted it to be linked to a California repeater for some reason, and I don't know
It's
what.
got to have something to do with his trucking company.
It
that he
has to
works
do
for.
with his being able to stay in touch while driving his truck.
Yeah.
Matt was gonna put the repeater on a building in Phoenix, but Shaw Butte offered a lot more coverage. Don't know what the parameters are going to be, if any, for our use of that repeater, but it would be kind of nice if we could.
Well, it's an open repeater,
there's people
so
using
anybody
it.
can use it.
Okay.
They're using it.
Diamond Point and Greens Peak. There is equipment on the way to link those into a tandem system. The equipment will be will tie Diamond and Greens Peak into the SWCRS system. The Southwest.
Yeah,
Tucson.
yeah, part of the Tucson group.
600.
Southwest region.
The 600.
Right.
And it'll be linked to the national net on Sunday, and then it'll revert to normal operation at other times. And they may leave it linked all the time, but they don't know how much airtime that's going to consume. if it's linked all the time, because there's a lot of traffic on that network. And Chris is not making any changes to the 462.575 towers at this time because 462.600 is up. And
Which Chris?
Salget.
Chris
Okay.
Salget, he's KAD 8028. And yes, that is a correct call sign. Somebody got on the air one day and tried to correct him.
The Tucson.
But it is a
It's the Tucson guys did.
Yeah,
He tried
but
to
it
log
is
on to the
a,
regional net.
but it is a correct call sign because he has one of the really old ones. Unfortunately, Paul Bott's call sign KAF 2502 expired, and he can't get it back. So I guess he's going to be a different call sign now. So if you have a really old call
I know all
sign,
about
don't
that.
let it expire.
Yeah.
Twice.
So, then there was one comment that came from Chris, and it was regarding users on, I think 575, maybe 600,
Both.
that you need to monitor. Must monitor, because there's about 5 different groups of tones that are currently active on 575. At least I know of 3 for sure, but there might be a couple others, and those users, you can't hear them unless your tones are, unless you're in monitor mode. So it's very important for everybody to make sure they can go into monitor mode. Now, if you have the kind of radio that when you push the monitor button, it blows squelch, that really stinks. Instead of being a true monitor. So there's a workaround for that. And the workaround would be either program another bank of channels in your radio, if it's the kind that has banks, and program the first bank with the receive tones in it, program the second bank with no tone in the receive. So all you gotta do is change banks, and you're on the channel that's in the next bank, and you're now monitoring. And if you want to stop monitoring, you change back to the other bank. Or you could program 1 and 2 for 550 alpha, and the first one's 550 alpha with tone, 550 alpha with monitor, 550 Bravo with tone, 550 Bravo with monitor. Then you've only got to go up and down one channel to go in and out of monitor mode. So that's the workaround for people that have radios that only blow squelch and don't have a true monitor. The other workaround is, Michael's workaround, don't program any tones in the receive. But that tends to be a spouse annoyer. And we do not want annoyed spouses who have to listen to blister pack radios in the neighborhood going off every 2 minutes, and business users who bought a FRS radio and are using it for their business, like the pot guys supply you.
Yeah, the pot place, they're selling pot now.
Yeah, so
They are
monitoring
busy. They are really busy.
very, very essential.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes on white tanks. If we're using alpha and somebody decides to have a conversation that's going to be long, our protocol is, if you're going to have a long conversation, be courteous and go over to Bravo so you can conduct your long conversation. The whole rest of the city doesn't have to listen to it. But then somebody comes on alpha and just starts keying up, because they don't hear the guys on Bravo because they're in tone squelch mode. So very good to go to monitor mode. Some radios have the capability, when you go off hook on your microphone, automatically put you in monitor mode. The Maxon Mobile is one of those.
Motorola's.
Some Motorolas do it. Even the Kenwoods do it if you have your mic switch grounded to ground, the chassis ground to the radio. You can go, so you don't even have to think about it. Immediately going off hook, it puts you in monitor mode, and your radio has to be programmed to enable that, because it can be defeated. And that's the best way to do it, is make sure you're monitoring. And that way we can keep peace with the guys up in Crown
Yeah,
King.
especially when we're using other people's repeaters.
Yeah,
We do not want to cause trouble.
yeah.
Right.
And I saw that information, and it you can't dispute it because I monitor it all the time, and so I've heard it. So and usually if I know it's one of our members, I'll usually call them up or send them an email, because usually it'll be a couple of our members, and they're just talking right over the top of them. I'm going,
Yeah.
And the other thing is on the nets too.
And so,
Sometimes
yeah.
people are on the.
Yeah.
So so if I recognize it's one of our members, 9 times out of 10, I either call them or I send them an email, say, hey, get in touch with me, and then I apologize to the. But what it boils down to, like I said, we've got lots of new members and we've got lots of inexperienced members that just don't fully understand tones, and And a lot of them don't have radios that would work with them anyway. So as far as monitor mode, so
One of the things I do is during the events, I have one of my radios set up with a tone decoder on it, so I can watch to see what tone's being transmitted. So that's why you'll hear me pipe up once in a while. Oh yeah, that guy's on alpha when we're supposed to be on
Right.
tango. You know.
And the
you do
last
that on your scanner.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a good idea.
last comment is use of full FCC call signs. I've recently heard a rash of people just saying clear, and then they're gone, or they'll say 213 clear or whatever. I just made up those 3 numbers. So if it's anybody's call sign, it's not you I'm picking on. 999 clear, whatever. And it is essential that we use the full entire FCC call sign when you clear. And somebody did it on one of the repeaters, 700 repeater the other day. I came on and I said, please clear with your complete FCC call sign, and he ignored me. So it's essential to clear with your full call sign. And it's only required at the end of your conversation and every 10 minutes. So, you know, you can say, hey Tim, this is Frank. Or, you know, hey Joe, this is Bill. Whatever, at the beginning of your conversation. That's perfectly legal. Most of us use our, 518, this is 903. But at the end, you have to use your full call sign without fail. And that's it for the communications officer report.
Okay,
You had
very
a lot-
good.
You had a lot of stuff.
Man, he was talking a lot, wasn't he?
We haven't had one for a while.
Okay, and then the media officer who's not here, so I don't know where he went, but we'll get him in a minute. Then we have the officer, that's gotta be me. So what have I got to say here? On Saturday, March 20th, we had the RDF exercise, and we had people come out. A lot of people enjoyed that, had a lot of fun. And despite the fact that we had an area that included pretty much all of the west side of Phoenix and a good portion of Peoria and a good portion of Glendale, we were still able to find the Fox transmitter in just under 2 hours. So that would be very helpful if we had somebody who was creating interference or a transmitter that was stuck or something like that was causing problems on the repeater channel or something like that. That would help out a lot. So it's good to know that we have that capability to do that. And then and everybody worked as a team, which it's not the same as our challenge, our RDF challenge that we have in the fall, which is actually a competition, and there's a winner, and people have, there's a prize and everything like that. That's a little bit different. This one was the RDF exercise, just to get everybody used to working as a team and being able to find that transmitter out there. Then in the summer, on July 24th, on Saturday, the CNET exercise is scheduled, and I hope everybody can be involved in that. The CNET exercise, it's CENET, and that is an exercise that involves a scenario of, well, what happens if the cell phone is down, and maybe some of the repeaters are even down. How can we work it and relay messages using simplex if somebody has an emergency like a car crash or something like that, or their house is on fire, and they can get that message through and relay it through our relay stations. We work together with some ham operators working with Phoenix CERT, and one of those sits down at the Phoenix Emergency Operations Center, the EOC, and we then relay the message to him, and then he has contact with the Phoenix Fire Regional Dispatch Center, and then they could then actually send out some help. So that's basically what the CNET exercise is about. And that's coming up again on Saturday, July 24th.
Media officer report, since he's back, I guess.
Oh yes, there he
Sorry about that,
is.
guys.
Media officer time.
Trying to keep generators running at the property right now. So we've talked about the linking and stuff, so I really don't have anything for there. Nothing really changed on the website right now. However, as a gift to everyone, little door prize. Come see me before you leave and get a AZGMRS sticker for your car. Absolutely free.
Come on.
When you leave.
Oh, okay.
Put it on my golf cart.
That way you have to stick around, Gary.
Oh, okay. All right.
Put it on the golf cart.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay, very good. So that's the media officer report. We've got that done. We do not have an activity officer report. And then let's see, what else do I have here?
Membership.
Yeah, membership. Okay, that's you, guy.
Membership committee report.
Yeah.
No activity other than just watching the flood of membership applications come in.
Slow down, Tim. Yeah, I can't keep up. Biscuit.
I'm not doing anything to generate it other than the fact that everybody that stops by Procom that is interested in GMRS, I tell them about the club. And as a result, many people have joined. And what can I say? I'm too split in my time to provide any additional work to do to get membership, but someday we'll have a membership committee meeting, which is me, Frank. Who's the membership committee? Raise your hand.
Me.
You, me, Frank, and is Rich in the membership
Rich.
committee anymore?
Am I?
I think you are.
I guess so.
You were
1,
a
2,
founding
3.
member.
Yeah, we should have a membership committee meeting because one of the things we talked about was a coffee break stop on the I-17
Oh, I want to do that.
to membership, and we'd have to schedule that for some time way down the road. I'm still dealing with my deceased brother's estate in Michigan, so every month we go back for a week and go to try to clear that out. And if you've ever cleared out hoarders' home, it's just let your imagination run wild.
Right.
So we still have a long way to go. So I'm going to be tied up with that.
To go along with your report, I apologize for any delays in getting applications processed on my end. This whole last week has been the nightmare move out to the desert, so I'm getting caught up. I got just a few more to go, so I'll be able to stay on top of it once again on my end.
I would like to add something to all of this too. I don't know if we want to designate like one specific person in the membership committee, or if because you reach out to people and they apply, if you want to take it, but those instances that we have where people are not applying correctly, like they fill out the application but the license is someone else's, they're putting a girlfriend or boyfriend that is not a family member, they are not putting their phone number on or their email on or the things that we need to process the application. I really need one person to be a point of contact that I can email and be like, hey, this application, you need to talk to this person and do that. So do you want to just
There you go.
Cool. Great. Because yeah,
Very good.
yeah, those little situations
Thank you,
are so annoying.
Okay, so
Oh, can I say one other thing? Membership. Is there a way we can lower the people's expectations of how long it takes to get a membership to go through? Because I think that's why we're getting duplicate membership. Put it in and they wait a day or two, then they put it in again.
It says
That's
on there
my
that it
opinion.
can take up to a week.
Okay. All right. I did not notice
Yeah, on
that.
the
I haven't been on there.
Yeah.
You know, people don't read that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Including
Yeah,
you,
it should-
obviously.
that's exactly right.
Including you, obviously.
No, they usually send an email back because every single new application we get, as soon as it hits the server, I get the email. I send out a welcome letter that I've got as soon as I see it, usually. And I'll tell you what, 90% of the time I get some kind of response back. It's pretty crazy. I didn't expect that many, but
Yeah.
90% of the time, and then I'll continue until they get their membership done.
Yeah, that new one that came in last night, I just approved it this morning for the meeting, so
So
yeah.
Yeah. So, and for the most part, once everything calms down for all of us, it's usually only about 3 days ish. So.
Yeah, no, I think they've been going through pretty quickly,
Yeah.
generally. So yeah.
Yeah, this last week has just been a nightmare.
Okay, and that's all you had, sir?
I think so. Other than the fact that we got to find a way to stop people from buying radios before they join the club or before they, because we end up with so many people buying radios that they get frustrated with that they can't use on multiple repeaters, or they can't use multiple phones, or they can't.
Well, I
access-
must say that there has been quite a bit. It's helping, I think, because I get a lot of responses back. Oh, well, I guess I'll send that back then. Yeah, go ahead and send it back. And but yeah, there's several of them have contacted me about that, and they go, "Well, I got this and I got this." Yeah, nope, neither one of those are going to work.
And so what's happening a lot of times for these new people, from people I've talked to, is they bought the radio and then they find us.
Yeah.
You know, once they get interested in the radio,
Yeah.
and or hear us on the radio or whatever, so it's too late by then. So
So are they buying a GMRS radio that's not repeater capable?
Most of the time, they're buying Midlands.
and they're limited on what they can, how they can be programmed.
Right.
Do we have a clear like notation or section on the website where it, you know, specifically says like in bold type or whatever, part 90 or 95, what is and isn't acceptable and stuff like that?
It says on the membership application. I have actually put it on the homepage. I actually have it in my letter that I send out to them as soon as I get a notice. I very specifically say, you know, this is what you can and can't do. So
Okay.
we've got it in like 4 different places. So
Okay, good.
Maybe if they're new to radio, don't get and understand the message.
Well, they don't get the message till after they.
Yeah.
They don't find us till after they get the radios.
Yeah.
Right. I get the wrong radio and then they, oh, hey.
I'll join a club.
well, you know, and a lot of them are getting into it because they're part of off-road groups and they're big on the Midlands. Just it's the marketing ploy, you know. It's just
Right.
everybody gets a Midland, and but then they realize they want a little extra range out of them, and then that's when they come to us. And we're going, yeah, that's going to be a problem. So, yeah, I don't know. That'd be a magic act to catch them before, but but catching them as soon as they make the act, I think has been helping.
Billboard ads.
I get a lot of responses from that. So.
Before you find us, choose
Yeah.
radio. Billboards everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see here. We've got, before I get to the comments and questions, we want to congratulate one of our officers who's going to be having a special date coming up here in April. Isn't that right?
2 weeks from today. I am so excited. You do not know. Oh,
Well,
my
why don't
God.
you let them know what you're talking about?
Yes. So
50th birthday?
no,
Oh, am I wrong?
no. In 2 weeks, Michael and I are going to Las Vegas and to the Chapel of the Flowers at 1:30 Nevada time, and we are getting married. So,
That's right. Got married.
so if anyone happens to want to, you know, hit the road, come to Vegas. I actually just got word 2 days ago that one of my best friends, who I haven't seen in like 12 or 13 years, booked a flight, is going to be at the Hilton. She's coming to my. I am psyched beyond anything that one of the people who I've had a part of my life for a really long time is going to be there to see it. So, I mean, she's been through, you know, aware of like a lot of the ups and downs in my life and how bad things have gotten, and, you know, now to have her be there to see me, you know, redeem my life, straighten it all out and everything is going to be amazing. So, anybody else that wants to, you know, come party, we're going to go out to dinner, we're going to hit the casino, we're going to play some blackjack. So, like, anybody wants to come, you are free to come. So.
Dang, I thought it was the 50th birthday. I was so sure about it.
I might just show up to cheer you on.
Okay.
Pass.
Everybody doesn't know I'm the ex, so.
Okay.
Nothing against you.
You can go with my plus
personally,
one.
But, I mean, ex-spouses are kind of not my bag of celebration.
Sure sounds like an open
It's
invitation.
my
Anybody, she said anybody.
It's my plus one.
Asterisk below.
Read the footnotes.
Read the footnotes. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, we just wanted to mention that, and congratulations to them. Now we have an opening for comments and questions from the general membership, and this includes anybody who's online. Any comments or questions on anything for the meeting?
I'm just curious how this is the 5th year anniversary. What was the first day? How did that come to be?
Well, are we talking about, I was gonna ask you this. Are we counting from the time we applied for the 501c3 or got the 501c3? Is that day one?
No, day one is when we had the approval of the actual Arizona Nonprofit Corporation.
That's it.
That's a 501c.
That's a 501c3.
No, the 501c3 is a separate thing that
Oh,
you have
okay.
to apply
When
to
we
the
actually
IRS for.
became
Became-
incorporated.
Okay, so it was only after it became a
When we
corporation.
incorporated.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it started out in about 2013 with me and my boss Randy sitting around the office, and he had a 550 repeater on white tanks that we just talked on his way into work. And I said, you know, it'd really be great if that was available for the whole community. And he said, well, if you can afford $400 a month, you can rent it and set it up for the whole community to use. He says, other than that, it's just me and you. I said, well, I can't afford that. And I said, well, how about if you let us use it while we build up to a group of people to raise money to be able to afford the $400? And he said, well, how many members do you think you could get? Well, I says, if we charge $10 a month, we could get 40 members and we'd have the 400. And so we thought about that, and then pretty soon he says, okay, I'll do that. So he put the travel tone on it and gave us 1 year, then he extended it to 2 years. And I started reaching out to guys, these guys here, and Rich, and
Frank.
I heard you
Frank,
chatting
and
on it.
Brent, huh?
I heard you chatting on it, and I programmed it in. And,
Yeah. And
yeah.
so then people started contacting us, and every time that they would go on my GMRS and put in a request, I'd tell them about the formation of the club, that we haven't got a club yet, we want to form a club, and the club will charge dues not for using the airtime. Charge dues for being a member of the club. One of the perks of the club is you can use the repeater. And they had just the single repeater there on white tanks. And Randy said, well, you know what? You let them use, if they join your club, you let them use the 700. Well, then it was the 600 repeater in True North and Scottsdale.
Yeah.
And so that was about 2013, I think. I tried to go back in my emails and find the first email between me and the other founders.
2015, because it was right after I moved here.
Okay, so we had been actually trying for about 2 years before
Yeah.
you moved here. And so, and then we got this group of amazing people who knew how to get things done, and I didn't have to do them, such as building the website and forming the articles of incorporation and getting all that stuff done. Thanks mainly to Gary. And we are today, 5 years later, and we used to have a founders net every Sunday, and we used to have the 1900 net, or the 1900 net every Tuesday. For a long time, I was the net control for that until other people started stepping up. So.
Yeah, he ran that net for a long time, and those nets were, when we were trying to form everything, those nets, they'd go on for an hour, going back and forth about, well, how do you want to form this, and what name do you want to call it, and all this kind of stuff.
There was a lot going on. And so, and I wish I knew the exact day when we first got the, when that Gestalt moment happened or whatever, the light bulb came on, but it was sometime around 2013. So.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? No? Okay. Anything from the net? No? Okay. Then let's go to the time for a break, and if you want to do the celebration now and the cake, or you want to do that later?
Do it at the end.
Do it at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do that at the end because, might get a little bit messy up.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, break
Got
time.
some cake and some people
Break
say-
time.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is why it's so long since I
Well, how's it going out there?
Doing good.
All right.
Festival.
Festival, yeah. I got the pool heater turned on, so I got the pool up to 90 degrees, so I'll be in that this afternoon.
We drove by your place late one night. Cindy said, let's go for a drive. And I said, okay. So we drove by your place. I called out to you on Simplex on White Tanks recently, but didn't get any response.
Well, I should have sent me a text. I would have,
Kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so I'll let you know.
I've been having a little problem with my link over in the car.
That sounds good. We'll make that
When I have the 550 repeater in there, I have it cranked up really loud. it starts to get some howl. But if it's in the sub band, it's working fine. But if it's in the main band, I'm getting that howl when the volume is up high. And
Could there be a component that's getting microphonic inside the radio?
I don't know, because I tried it on other frequencies and it seemed to work fine.
That's interesting.
I mean, it's a pretty cheap radio. I mean, it's an Linko.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you shouldn't have it. But I was thinking that it's probably getting microphonic. But I might try and move the external speaker
Here's
away from the radio.
Here's my TK3312 K2 killer.
K2 killer.
Nice.
It's 400 to 470, 5 watts, 1,000 channels,
Thank you.
as many banks as you want to set up.
And it's got a flashlight.
Yeah, that's the stupid thing about it. I wish they hadn't included that in there.
Yeah.
I can reprogram that button to do anything else, but the only problem with this radio is it does not have true monitor mode.
Yeah, I saw them.
Yeah.
They're
It
so
has blow
cute.
squelch mode. So in
Oh,
order to
they're
do true monitor,
Okay, they're cute.
I programmed another bank
Yeah, I was trying to get clarity
with
on
no
whether or
tone
not
in
you're
it,
trying
and
to
all that, and I made this
nail
button
the-
right over
Program
here.
channel
Oh,
0
yeah,
as
that's-
the
yeah.
channel with
No.
no PL.
That doesn't
And then
sound
channel
like
1
it.
would be AL.
They're meat.
What I did is I made
But the
this
neighbor
button be the
at my
zone.
mom's old place,
So if you push the zone button once,
he
you
didn't want it.
automatically
He
go
was going for
into
near
monitor
goods.
mode for whatever channel you're on.
So we
Yeah.
got
And then
them
if you
cheap,
push it
so-
again, it goes into the third zone,
We
which
figured
happens
we'd,
to be DPS, and
you know,
push it
break
again, it
in
goes back
on
to
those
the
before we
alpha.
didn't spend
But let's say
any
you
more money
want,
on
let's say you're on
anything better.
Bravo, or let's say you're on Tango,
I mean, at least I don't have
and you
to
want to
send
go
you
into
through
monitor mode on
science again.
Tango, you've got to go to the
That's not how
second
that
zone,
works.
go up to Tango,
Yeah.
and then you can program the monitor mode
Cool.
then.
Thank you.
And so yeah, it's got, you have to do the workaround, but
Yeah, it's got some
it's
quirks.
a decent little radio, has good audio, and it has really loud
Yeah.
audio on playback.
But I mean, we're trying to.
But I'm going to try out next. I'm going to try out one of those.
I haven't gotten the official diagnosis.
One of
yet, but I'm
those
taking her in at
RCAs.
night. Hopefully, if she
You
makes
played with these?
good, she just turned 7.
DMR.
It looks
Yes.
like she might have
I have not played with them, but I've
She's
seen
got
lots of
Is that
them.
the Anytone?
That's
Yeah.
the Anytone.
Oh, yeah, I wanna get one of those.
I was thinking about getting the mobile equivalent to it.
I've got the mobile.
Yeah, I talked to
Yeah.
the guy that was in on the design of the mobile one, and it doesn't have a true squelch mode either. It's
No,
a
it
low
doesn't.
squelch.
Yeah, but you can still program a channel for monitor.
Yeah.
That's what I did. So I actually have
The only treatment for that besides surgery, which
I have one channel for set to monitor mode, but there's 2 versions of the mobile. It's a firmware change, and I think you can change it, the radio from back and forth.
it would stop
One
me
of
from
them
losing
opens
weight,
up
so
the,
I don't know how much that's gonna cost.
hand
I don't know if
band.
that's something that's even practical.
And the other
If it's
one
way out of my finance
makes it
capabilities, I'm just
commercial.
gonna have to
commercial.
But isn't that the
run
one
the
that
course
when you
and
open up the
hope for
hand
the
band, you
best,
get
but
2
yeah,
meters,
we're
220,
doing
and 70 centimeters?
Yeah.
That's a slick radio. I thought about just getting that just for ham.
Right.
Not even using it on GMRS. By the way, I'm an RCA dealer now and
Okay.
a Maxon dealer, both.
That would traumatize her and probably kill
I can
her
get
right
anything
If
off
I
the
can
bat.
get a way to make that Anytone
God's
work on
hands, hopefully
GMRS
she'll find me
and
back
as a ham
and
radio at the same
more
time.
Oh, mine does that.
It does?
Yeah.
In ham mode, do you get
The only
220?
thing I could really
No,
think of was-
I don't have it in ham mode. I have it in commercial mode.
You
Right.
lose 220
Which-
when you do that.
Yeah.
You lose 220, but I can still use it on 70 centimeter and 2 meter with no problem.
Okay. Yeah, I might still have it. I would love to be able to get 220 just for grins and giggles.
There's one repeater in the valley on 220 I know that I know of, and then nobody's ever using it.
Okay, maybe I wouldn't even bother
But
with
it no,
that.
but it'd be great because it'd be like you have your own private channel.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I'll talk to you on it.
If I
Yeah.
want to, I'm going past your house.
Yeah, maybe I might end up getting one to replace that Lincoln in the car.
I mean, I could
Oh yeah, I've got one of those. I use that as the base.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking on every day. And it
Well, I've
sounds
got
pretty
the
good.
TYT MD9600 is my one base. Actually, I got 2 of them. I got the Kenwood 880 in my stack, and I got the I've got the TYT, which is my DMR radio, and it goes into VFL mode, but it's still part 95, so or part 98.
Yeah.
I just bringing it into my proximity is what corrected the problem.
I guess it makes me much better.
Proximity repair.
See, you guys all be sitting up there. And then we can
Look at that, looks so cool when you look way up there.
Oh, yeah.
People do that all the time. They'll bring a radio into our shop and they'll say, "Hey, this is not."
It's a neat place.
Hold it.
And he told me they can change the color of that up there somehow.
Oh yeah, the LEDs are, you can change colors on LEDs. I
No, I
got
mean
LEDs.
up there, way up there.
Oh Oh, the
He told me they
skylight?
could change the color
Starts
of
up
that. I
again.
don't know how.
Oh, cool. Well, it's a neat facility.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I think I heard you the other night when you were.
I gotta look at
talking
that.
I want to make sure that.
About
that
what?
Friday night when you, that Friday night when you told the guy to use clothes with his call. I heard somebody.
oh yeah,
I was coming back down in the valley and I
probably was me Friday night on 700.
Yeah, because I was listening to 700 just on my way back down from Truscott, and I heard that whole exchange. When you said that, it made me think of it.
Yeah, and you know, I don't think it would be impolite or impertinent if another member said, hey, just as an FYI, you must be new, we have to clear with our whole call sign. I mean, and if they complain about it, they can call me up and say, hey, some guy told me to use my whole call sign, and I'd be like, yeah, you're supposed to use it, and
What's your point? Exactly.
yeah, what's your point? So, but I listen during the day, and I generally, because I'm at work, I generally don't get on the radio because I'm supposed to be actually working. So stuff goes by me, and there's no way I can let anybody know. You know, so it'd be nice if I was ever retired, I'd be able to do that all the time.
I keep mine on around me when I'm around the house, but I'm usually on Alpha. You know,
Yeah, I need
the
to
Tango on Tuesdays.
I need to get this
90%
done.
of the time,
This
that's
guy
what I'm on.
the flag, he's a friend of mine.
Well, I'm up
he's
in
stoked
Prescott now, so I'm usually on
I've got him fueled
575 or
and
600.
Yeah, we got.
Okay,
we gotta
well,
get that antenna up, you know, you
someday-
know,
But I hear I
go
get
with
you
the
when I'm
blah, blah,
on my way home
biggest
Friday night when I'm around Bumblebee. I pick up a little bit of the traffic report, and then
Oh,
it goes
yeah.
dead for a while, and then when I get into north into Phoenix, usually by then you're wrapping up in that.
Like
Oh,
in the
yeah,
middle of
yeah.
flag.
It'd be nice just to have a,
East
well, I've
side of
asked
flag
Randy if
and
we could get on to,
west side. It should.
what's that,
I think
Mount
it should
Union.
do it- I think
Oh,
it should
okay.
do really well.
But Mount Union doesn't cover the whole of Prescott.
Yeah, he's
There's two mountains up there you need to have
inside,
in order
I got
to
a place
be on,
put it,
to get full
got
coverage. I said,
internet,
could we
so-
just put like a remote base up there that's hooked into the network, so it just act as a, just plain a remote base? And, but, you know, the guy he's got one repeater at, it's private property, and he's leasing it to the company.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I could, you know, coerce him into leasing it to the club. Just put a remote base up there hooked to the internet. Then we could have at least some coverage in Prescott.
Yeah, because that's the one thing I miss about being. I started working up there about 3 weeks ago, and that's the one thing I miss now. Is I roll out Monday morning and I roll back till Friday night. So.
Yeah, dang.
But like I said, I hit on the way up. I hit those little pockets where I'll hit it. and-
Yeah, yeah. I was going down to Tucson one time and I hit white tanks, just a tiny window on the south, on I-10 South
Yeah.
Mountain, that you can hit white tanks when it's out of the shadow of South Mountain, out of the shadow of the Estrellas.
It's funny how you get those little
window,
tunnels like that where you get.
just a little splinter. And I was talking to somebody, I think it was Rich, on Alpha. But that 700 is going to be great because you can get on 700, you can go all the way down to 51, pretty much all the way down to 51, and you don't lose contact with it.
Okay.
And so anybody driving on that part of town that's normally shaded by Shaw Butte, what is it, Squaw Peak, they call it Squaw Peak, and those other hills, if you're shadowed by them, anything that's on your right as you're going south on the 51, doesn't matter because you've got a clear shot to 700. And if that's linked all the time, I know Jeff will be happy.
Yeah, 700 is my best friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you on 700 occasionally. I try to answer, but sometimes you don't hear me.
Okay.
I'm wondering if my mic is not working right, but
Yeah, will 700 be linked all the time, or just like during the nets? Or
at first we're going to probably link
All the time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all the time.
Yeah.
Unless we start getting way too much traffic, then we should probably think about.
Can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Can't imagine.
Probably not.
Well, I gotta go pick up a car at Discount Tire. I got a nail on one of the tires. I found this morning. My wife found it this morning, and took it over there. So now I gotta go drive home, grab an Uber, go to Discount, pick up that car. So they're gonna close at 4, so I gotta go way back on the other side of town.
Oh.
But I don't wanna miss anything.
Yeah. Well, glad you came. Well, we need to stick around for the drawing.
Hey, Tim,
Oh yeah, we're gonna have that in a minute.
technical question here. When I you know the antenna that I got from you above the car?
Yeah.
That should have no effect on scanning, correct?
Right.
You're swapping. So I have a new vehicle and it has navigation and it has like a radar with a camera and all the and I just briefly went over the documentation the other day and it said something about radios can have some effect. Do you know anything about that, or because when I go in the car, that scan button doesn't work, and I'm thinking somehow
That wouldn't have anything to do with the car. What they're talking about is a radio transmitter could affect the electronics in the car.
Versus that.
Radio. Yeah, pretty much. Now you might get some noise on the radio with something that's birdies. You can't really do much about it, but I mean, I had one car that when you transmitted on certain frequencies while you're on cruise control, the car would speed up. I transmitted on a different frequency, the car would slow down, and then when you let go of the mic, it would go back to where it was.
That's a cool feature.
Yeah, yeah. So that would be it. The thing is when you place your antennas, when you put your two-way radio antenna, hopefully you can get it as far away from as possible from any other antennas around the vehicle, including like they have the multi-band. Most cars have a GPS and a Wi-Fi, or GPS and a cellular antenna for the OnStar type of stuff. It's usually one box, a radome, and it's got like 3 or 4 antennas in it.
And you want to be away from
as far as practical.
And you're saying that the scan
the scan on the radio is not going to affect it.
Should not be affected by any of this.
That you're just receiving when you're scanned. So.
Yeah.
No, but
Maybe your scan button's intermittent.
Yeah.
Could be.
So is that a dysfunctional radio or?
Is it under 2 years old?
Yeah.
Probably under warranty.
All right,
Send it in for you.
I'll let you know if it's.
If you want to give it to me during the next segment, I'll read it out and see if there's anything weird in the software.
Okay.
I brought everything.
You know what the total is, the total receipts for the
I
tickets?
barely could keep track of putting it in the bucket, much in the bag, much less of
Okay. Well, we're
counting.
gonna find
Want
out
to
what
tell?
the winner's gonna get.
Don't lose my little SD cards.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started again. We're going to do the raffle drawing as soon as we can here, and see who the winner is. In just a second, we're going to find out right now, what that winner's going to get, how much he's going to get, or she. Oh yeah, we just started, by the way.
No, you didn't. Because I wasn't here to hear it, so
That's right.
nothing counts until I'm here.
If there's no record of it, it never happened,
Nope.
right?
Exactly.
That's right.
You guys made this hard with the form here, cost per ticket, and doing these special ticket offers.
Yeah,
here.
I did. Some of that is actually required by the IRS, though, so that's why.
Cost per ticket, $1.
Talking so fast when you're writing.
How many tickets do we have?
Oh,
Believe me, this is probably gibberish to anyone
That I
else,
don't know.
but I will remember it later on pretty
Wait a minute,
quickly.
yes I do. I can tell you that, maybe. Oh yeah, I can tell you that.
$197.
all right.
That's what you got in there total?
That's what's in here total. 197.
That's good.
Now, why don't you give me $3?
Exactly.
Give me $3 more tickets, and we'll make it an even 200.
There you go. That will help.
3 tickets?
Yeah.
Then the winner will get a crisp one. $100.
There you go.
And we want to get someone who is not an officer to draw
There you go.
the ticket.
Here's the, for the bucket. There's your ticket.
Thank you.
So I owe you 7.
Yes.
That goes in the bucket.
There's 7.
Okay.
This goes in the bucket.
Oh yeah, I had the first tickets out. 20, 25.
So someone who's not an officer, we'd like to have draw the ticket. We're going to shake them up a little bit there.
Oh,
All of the non-winners will bring you
200
forever.
268.
I ain't scared. Just say when.
Okay, go ahead.
268. Yep.
268 tickets.
Just one ticket, right?
Just one ticket. Yeah.
Here it is.
Okay, there's the winning ticket, and the number is
2, 3, 6, 8, 0, 8, 8.
that long of a number. Good grief, man.
2, 6,
2, 3, 6, 8, 0, 8, 8.
right here.
All right, you got a winner.
Bam.
Recount.
Validate that and make sure that I'm not dysnumeric.
Who won?
2, 3, 6, 8, 0, 8, 8. Here's our winner.
WRFZ
479.
479
WRFZ.
The RFZ 479 gets 100 Doloreses.
And what's your name, sir?
Joe
Last name?
Adams.
Is this your first meeting?
No, sir, my second one. I was here in December too.
Darn.
Oh, right.
Yes, you were.
Okay,
So
so
was I.
please count this. Make sure
I gotta
there's
say, no,
100
that
there.
can't. You can't have it.
Okay, you count it. You know numbers. You can count all those
20.
tickets.
100?
Yep.
All right.
100. Okay.
Very good.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Joe.
We have a winner. Okay,
Heck, that would have been worth coming
Back to
for.
our treasurer, please.
that was worth coming for. That and the cake. Okay,
Check the SD card.
the next stuff is really interesting stuff, the board meeting stuff. So,
Where's my SD card?
you know, if you're not,
It's in there.
you don't have to stay for that if you don't want to, but we encourage you to do so. Okay. So did you have to go, Jeff? Okay. Well, you take it easy. Have a good one.
Mr. Jeff, would you like a sticker?
What?
Hey, you want a sticker, Jeff?
You want a sticker?
Oh, yeah. Gotta have a sticker. There you go.
All right, Jeff. See you later.
All right. Have a good one. Okay. So next we have the board meeting, which is concurrently with the general membership meeting.
All right.
You going, Frank?
Yeah, we gotta go.
Okay.
My son has got somewhat better,
Frank.
Oh yeah.
and he's cancer free for now.
Well, that's
We're
good.
leaving in a couple of weeks, so we gotta start getting everything ready.
We can finally see him through the whole
So
Yeah.
3
we get
months
to
of
finally go to
after
Minnesota.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, Diane.
All right.
but we'll talk it.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yeah.
It's very rare
We're
cancer.
gonna be there for
Very,
2
very
months
aggressive.
almost.
Oh.
I'm not
Glad you
looking
made it.
forward
I'm
to
going back
Yeah.
there this summer too for probably 3 weeks.
Yeah.
As a
We're gonna be
family.
grandparents in a month.
Whereabouts?
Congratulations.
Twin Cities.
Oh yeah, we're right outside Twin Cities.
Shoreview, Mounds View,
Yep.
all that crap.
Coon
Oh
Rapids.
yeah, we're
Yep.
cool now.
Rams. All right, everybody. Have a
All right. We'll see you in a second.
Bye.
Okay, very good. So let's go ahead and get going here with the board meeting. And the first thing we have is the liability insurance update. And I'm going to tell you what's been going on with this, because of this whole thing started. We were going to get general liability insurance. One of the main reasons was because we're going to be going out to have some events at some facilities owned by ADOT, like rest areas and that kind of thing. We're going to have safety breaks. We're going to give out coffee, tea to motorists for free that wanted it, to help keep them awake on the road, as well as giving out information, safety information, and information about the club and GMRS in general. The ADOT requires that when you do that, you have to have general liability insurance in a certain amount. And it has been an uphill battle trying to first battle was trying to find out from ADOT which office and which person I need to contact to get the information about the permit that I need to get. Then I finally found that out, and you basically you send emails to people and you get this response like, well, I'm going to send an email to so-and-so and maybe they can help you out. And then you get nothing back from anybody. And then you start over again. So this was approved by the board to buy the general liability insurance back in December of last year, if you will remember. And but I have to make sure that I have the right information from ADOT in order to get the correct insurance, because what amount exactly do they need? Do they need to be added as a additional insured on the policy and all this kind of stuff? I've got to have that information. And just this last week, I was apparently given the right information of which office and which person to contact and their email and their phone number, and I sent them an email literally within a couple of hours of getting that information. Haven't heard anything back again. So we are working on this. So but now we got into another situation because the information that we received about from the broker of the insurance is now expired as far as the quote. So now we'll have to get another quote once we get the information again. But eventually this is going to happen. Believe me, it will happen. But I've done this before years ago, back when I was the president of a REACT team, and we had one out at the Burnt Wells rest area, and it worked out really well. This is back in the CB days, but it worked out really well, and it was a lot easier back then and a lot simpler to get things done, I'll tell you that. That was back in the 80s. And you got a permit. They even gave you a sign that you could put out on the side of the road from ADOT that said, you know, safety break, free coffee, or whatever, and you could put it up there and put it up on one of the signs. But so it really it works out well, and it can really be good in promoting the club once we get this straightened out with all this insurance and all this, trying to get this information. So that's what's happening there.
Hey,
So,
Gary, question
yes, sir.
for you. With the rules for food and stuff, I can't remember with coffee. Was there anything with food handlers licenses or anything to worry about? It's been forever since I've messed with that.
We didn't have to get it before, I know that, but that's one thing that I'm still waiting to get information back from. So
Excuse me, I think you have
Yes,
to
sir.
SP stuff that's pre-packed.
I'm sorry?
Pre-packed?
Yeah, it pre-packs stuff. You don't
yeah.
have to have the license.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I understand what you're saying. Okay, but that's what's going on with that. So we will get going on that as soon as we can, as soon as we get
that's what I
a
wanna do.
response
I wanna do
back.
one of those.
So that's number one. Then the second thing, an old business, is the club taking ownership and payment for the websites. And we can discuss this and have a vote on it, the board can vote on it. I had sent an email out with what I'm paying for the AESG website, and I forget what you were
I never
paying.
got you that info. I completely forgot with my move, and
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Okay,
I completely.
so we can postpone that until later then.
Because I just paid it like a month ago too. So
Okay, but yeah, I
You have
wanna.
an email that says the amount?
nothing I can find real quick. I got a million different things from the hosting provider right now.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and postpone that, and but eventually we want to go ahead and have the club actually pay for our websites, make sure that we have all of the login information in case something happens, and then we can just continue on with the website. So, okay, and the next item is the repeater linking project, and now this is a little bit different than our local linking. We were discussing before about the possibility of linking our repeaters up with the AZGMRS network, which is then a regional net, and then sometimes it's hooked up to a national net, which can get kind of busy sometimes. And now the situation is that we have the 600 repeater on towers, and apparently we're going to have the repeater on Shaw Butte may be linked up to another network. So I'm thinking that we don't really need, since people in the Phoenix area can connect with these other repeaters and go ahead and get on the linking network if they want to, that we don't really need to do it with our repeaters at this point in time, and we could just concentrate on linking ours together and having better coverage in the valley. That's what I'm thinking. Now, is
Yes.
there any other discussion on that?
No.
No?
Yes.
Nope,
I kind of I was kind of one that brought that up too. So the only thing that I had mentioned to you in email is, I think it would be a nice thing to know that we can, if it's an emergency, and I believe Chris has already got that all set up. So in an emergency, a national emergency, if nobody was listening, when a couple of months ago, when Texas had the big ice storm, the Tucson net, and I monitor them, but the Tucson net actually turned on for almost full week. They turned on the national net, and then actually had people monitoring it the whole time, just because it was about the only way that some of the people in Texas were able to get information out. So, but we do have the capability. So, but I mean, in the future, if we were to have a natural disaster like that, it'd be nice to be able to, if for some reason people couldn't get into 600, be able to turn that on. So, but I would say, no, let's just concentrate more on our own, because there's lots of availability right now.
Right. And what do you have anything
Yes,
on that?
I do have something on that. Back when we were in our infancy, the guy from Glendale, who has the Glendale 675 machine, offered to let us use, he would provide the machine if we could get it onto Thompson Peak. And putting a repeater on Thompson Peak, especially if it was linked, would really increase our footprint, especially on the east side. And I think we should strongly consider, since there are now several people who are retired that have more time than I do.
Well,
working with the right people.
Believe me, you're right, Gary. That changes.
Working with the right people, and we do have a member who is part of that's.
And he is still talking to them. He's not getting anywhere, though. I've talked to him a few times.
We're talking about
Brian.
Yes, Brian.
Yeah. He's still putting bugs in their ears.
Okay.
But he's not getting too much of a positive response.
Okay. Well, Randy had some ideas about that, so we might want to, when you go out to talk to Randy to do his thing, you might want to talk to him about who to talk to and how to approach it, because 675 being the national emergency frequency and national calling frequency, putting it up there as as much of a public service as anything else might be something that we could consider. Not putting it on travel tones all the time, but allowing it to be turned on to travel tones during emergency situations. And the rest of the time just used as a regular link for the west and the east side people to be able to get into White Tanks easily. I don't know what the footprint is out east, how far it is, but it's got to be far.
I know that we're getting a lot of member applications that are coming from the east right now too.
Yeah, and it would help them quite a bit. Between 700 and if we could get on Thompson, that would be killer, because we'd have
that would be
we'd
great.
have the whole valley blanketed then.
That would be great. But that would still be in our own
in our own network.
That brings it back to our own network.
Yeah. So
in our own network.
So this, what we were discussing here, is connecting with the AZGMRS network. So I think we should go ahead and have a vote on that from the board, and I'm going to vote no, except for emergency.
I would second that.
You want to second that?
Yes.
Okay, so he's the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. The motion did not carry, so we're not going to, well, the motion did carry because it was the motion to not connect with the AZGMRS network at this time, except in emergency. Okay. So that takes care of that. Then we move to new business. And I mentioned this before, we have the proposed annual member day. We don't have an exact date yet, but it'll be in the summer. And we're talking about having that member day, opening it up, publicizing it to the members, having them come in on that day, in a nice, it'll be in the summer, but it'll be a nice air conditioned somewhere, and having the ability for members to come in if they're having any problems getting their equipment programmed. We have people there that have programming software, laptops, cables, and the expertise to get things programmed if there's have any problems with that. We're also going to have a presentation from Paul Bott, who is an electrical engineer. He's going to talk about GMRS and UHF propagation and various technical aspects. He's also going to bring his service monitor and his testing equipment and be able to test out members' radio equipment, see exactly what their equipment is doing. And there may be some other people, like Tim mentioned, that may be showing up as well to help test equipment. And also we'll have possibly even representatives from some vendors and that type of thing there as well. So and some just general information and handouts for members.
Suggestion: when we finally nail down the date, do we want an optional potluck? Because it has been forever since we did that, and y'all know how much good food I can make. So
Hey,
out there.
that's a good idea. So if it is acceptable at that time with the COVID restrictions and everything else, we'll have a potluck or something afterwards. So that's the proposal, and anybody want to go with that?
I move that we go forward.
Okay.
I
So
second it.
we have a motion from Mike, a second from Tim. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All
Aye.
opposed? Okay. So that one carried.
Hold on just a second so I can catch up.
Okay.
Who was the first on that one?
I was.
Michael,
Okay.
I seconded.
Okay.
Jim, give me your radio.
Okay. Perfect. Go for it.
Okay, so now we're all ready. Okay, then the activities, and this was information that was brought up in the annual meeting about what we're going to be doing in 2021, and COVID is still kind of messing us up on a lot of things, and if it's not COVID, it's ADOT that is slowing things up incredibly. Trying to get information and trying to get permits to do things that we want to do and that type of thing. So I'm going to just say, why don't I make a motion that we will do the activities that were mentioned in the December meeting as time permits and as COVID restrictions allow.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carried. Okay.
I think he's got it.
Yeah,
And
got it.
then
Should have one.
we have changes to the policy and procedure manual is next here on the agenda. And
I like those.
I sent out copies to all the board members of exactly what the changes are and this kind of thing. And basically there are two general changes, and one is removing the transient membership from section 4.1.1 of the policy and procedure manual. So we'd remove that. Did you want to say something about that? Or?
Yeah, I was probably the one that started that. We do have a transient membership. It's $15, and it just doesn't make any. It doesn't make any sense. I talked to Chris about it. Chris has to give these people different tones, has to monitor when they're here, when they're not here. You know, and back in the day when our dues were higher, you know, we were paying $120 a year. Okay, maybe a transient membership makes sense. But it just, at $36 a year, it does not make sense. It's a lot of work. And that's why I'm just kind of moving to get rid of it. Just kind of simplify and streamline things.
Okay. And so that's what that is. The next change is just to the emergency services section, 9.0. And the change there basically is just a couple of minor changes. And the only other change is removing the the listings of the relay and monitoring points for simplex communications out of the manual, and just making it so that they're not written in stone. They're just available to be changed as needed, and then the information would be sent out to the ESG members. So
I'm sorry, I didn't catch any of that change. What is it?
Okay, so that's a change in the emergency services section of the manual, 9.0.
Okay.
And it's there are a couple of minor changes, and then there's the other change is just to there's a section in there, a subsection that has a listing of the relay and monitoring stations when we do the simplex tests, and that's going to be removed out of there, and it just won't be in there. And then when we determine what all those relay points are, then we're going to just send that information out separately to the ESG members.
Okay.
And that's
okay.
So, any discussion on those? Okay, then let's go ahead and let me ask for a motion on that.
I'm gonna be second on that.
Okay, that was quick. Okay, so we got Chris.
Are we doing those separately, or is this all together?
No, that's all together. We could if somebody had, had wanted to, but there's no discussion about it. So, okay, Chris is the motion. You're the second.
Yep.
And discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Done.
Okay, and it is the transit is now history.
I gotta remove it.
Okay. And now the next thing on the new business is the treasurer's report on receipts from raffle. How much do we make? That was pretty simple.
Yeah.
$100, right?
$100.
There you go. All right, that was a quick $100, and the winner got a quick $100. So that was an excellent deal for everybody. And then go ahead with anything else you have there, Mr. Treasurer.
No.
So everything's been paid that needs to be paid then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because then we just saw the check go from you to Tim for the repeater.
Yeah,
So
will be paid up through May.
that's paid up through May. Okay. So that takes care of that one. Number 4 and item number 5.
Why is that even in there?
Which one?
Item 5.
Just in case.
Just in case we have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Number 5. Anything we have to approve for membership, Desiree?
Yeah, like my report said earlier. Let me get my data out again.
Okay.
We can decide what we're doing about this. There are 2 applications on the website right now which still need one more approval, and one that needs 2 approvals on it.
Okay.
To be official.
Okay. So we have something there. And then number 6, discussion and approval of location for the next meeting. And we already have a date on it. But
What's the date?
What is the date, Madam Secretary?
For the meeting?
Yeah, I don't have it right in front of me.
My calendar real quick, and I will tell you.
Is it June?
It is in June. I just need to look when. It is June 19th.
Okay, so June 19th.
I'll actually be here.
And we want to where we want to do that.
Flagstaff.
Flagstaff. Yes, excellent idea. I like that.
It's June.
Okay, but it's going to be warm, so we definitely want to someplace that, well, we can, we could hear a motion to, if it is okay with, Adam, to have it here on June 19th, or to have it at Denny's. What do you think, Adam?
I just checked the calendar. We don't have anything scheduled for that day, so I can hold the day and we can do whatever we want.
Okay, so, or we can.
I
if
vote
it's-
we do that.
You wanna just do that?
Yeah.
Okay, and
With the COVID stuff,
Yeah.
it's like,
yeah, I mean, there's just too much
It's
unknown,
just safe.
and if we know that this place is available, it would be stupid not to secure it. I mean, if we
Mhm.
want to change our mind later on, and
we're not saying you're stupid, Adam, but just.
no, I said this situation would be stupid to overlook that. So no,
And if a
it
bomb
definitely-
hits, we should be safe.
definitely.
I think it's just,
Exactly.
I think it's
I
just
think we should do
safer,
that.
and we'll get through this year, and things will be different, hopefully. But
yeah.
But
Okay, very good.
if Adam's good, I'm good.
Yeah.
And the time would stay
Excellent.
the same, 1 o'clock arrival,
1 o'clock.
etc. So.
Yep.
Copy and paste.
Okay.
Loves that.
Motion.
Move.
Second.
Okay. Mike, motion. Chris, second. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Sweet.
Alrighty then.
We're getting good at this.
Excellent. So that is just about it, unless somebody has something else that they want to discuss. Now's the time, because it's almost done.
It is very hard to communicate what kind of extension cables you need for a generator, 220 volts, 50 amps, and 30 amps.
It's a
for your
very
home.
good point. It has nothing to do with anything, but it's a very good point.
Hey,
Gotta
you
be,
didn't specify.
gotta be
That's right.
specific lately.
I didn't specify.
Oh,
You're right.
I do want to mention one thing, and that's for general knowledge. The subaudible tone on Greens Peak for your transmit tone is now the same as Towers 575 machine.
Sure is.
It's D754N.
The same as what?
Towers, same as Greens Peak is now the same as Towers. In other words, our chart on the website shows the wrong tone for Greens Peak, not because we put it in wrong, but because
We were giving it
we
wrong.
were given it wrong.
And where's Greens Peak at?
It's up like in Alpine
Greer.
and up in that area.
The White Mountains.
White Mountains,
Mc-
almost to the border of New Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay, that way.
And
Up where
about
it's
100
cold.
miles south of the I-40.
Okay.
I was up there times.
That far
I was
south?
up there twice, like in 2 weeks ago.
Just outside
Yeah.
of Charlotte.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
a
but
good
isn't it
repeater
more
up
like
there.
south?
It's got a lot of power to
Yeah,
it.
east south.
South and east,
Got
yeah.
a lot of coverage.
Peak transmit tone.
Greens Peak, the transmit tone from your radio, so that it's going to be it won't be, you'll be receiving on the same tone as you've been receiving on, but you'll be transmitting on the new tone.
Right. So the transmit or
I'm
the
putting it in your radio
or
right
the
now, so
encode.
you won't need to worry
Yeah.
about it.
Tim, can you send me that and I'll update the site?
Yeah,
And also, I was going to mention. Are you done with that? Or?
I'm done with that.
Okay. So I was going to mention. I noticed on our on the website on the channel list, it shows the Towers repeater as narrowband, but it's wideband. So just thought I'd mention that too.
Really?
And as me and Mike know, that makes a difference. When you are on a wideband repeater and using a narrowband radio, that audio is way down.
Okay, and what is Towers?
Towers is
Wideband.
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 Which towers? 575, 600?
575.
Both.
So 575
Well, yeah.
and 600 are both wide.
600 is wideband
Well, I've
as
been
well.
changing everybody's radios to narrowband.
600 is wideband.
see?
I guarantee it.
That's it.
You're the problem. No, you were going by the chart.
I was going by the chart.
Yeah. Okay.
It's especially
I will
especially
have
when
it
somebody's
so I told
soft spoken. Yeah, especially when somebody's soft spoken.
So Tim, while
Oh,
you're
yeah.
every night when you want
I'll-
to.
Yeah. Okay. Fix
I'll
that.
fix it.
Yeah.
Yes, it is
Okay.
definitely wideband.
So basically, what I'm hearing is some of these complaints of Chris are his fault. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's the charge fault. I'm just
Can we specify which Chris on that for the people
Chris
that aren't here?
Salgate.
Ah, okay. There you go.
Got too many
Yes.
Chris's here.
All right.
Too many.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I think if he ends up linking Greens Peak and Diamond Point with the Southwest network, that's a win-win.
So
That's a lot of coverage.
Who needs to correct the chart?
Oh
I do.
yeah.
Okay.
That's like
Okay. Anything else?
Well, I hauled my solar generator in case anyone wanted to hands on it. It's a solar panel that folds up to a really light portable device, and then the battery itself.
You can look at it while you're having cake.
I'd like to see
A lot of
it.
connections on it. Very capable. It can be charged by car, by AC, by the solar panel, or by a generator. I use it now because we're not in emergency situations. I use it for just charging my handhelds. I can charge handhelds about 7 times on one of those. I throw the solar panel out in the backyard on that. 7 hours, it's fully charged. So
Okay,
I
sounds
just
good.
thought if anyone wanted to get a feel of the
definitely.
weight of it or
It's a
the
special
connections.
type of battery.
Yeah, essentially it's a battery.
It's it's all packaged
It's a
with
charging
a
station.
charging controller, everything all in
Yeah.
one little
Correct.
pack there.
Okay, very good. Anything else, anybody?
I
No?
move to dismiss.
Okay, that's, any final announcements?
Oh, sorry.
You were like, you're in a hurry, aren't you?
He wants that cake.
Okay.
It's not her 50th birthday.
I know.
And I second the adjournment request.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to adjourn the board meeting and the general meeting and discussion.
Ignore the 50th birthday message on the
Okay,
tape.
right. And,
Not
and
true. Not true.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried, and we're adjourned. All right,
We're gonna cut some cake.
there you go.
Oh, hey, we're gonna have to get a picture though. I got a candle.
That's irony for you.